Hey y'all! Grab your teacups because today's tea is piping hot. We have some major drama unfolding between Porsha Williams and her soon-to-be ex-husband, Simon Guobadia. Their divorce battle has been all kinds of messy, but things just took a crazy turn, and trust me, you're going to want all the details. So check this out. Simon Guobadia, the Nigerian-born businessman known for his lavish lifestyle and high-profile connections, just got detained by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, at the Stewart Detention Center in Georgia. Whew, talk about a plot twist. This is the same man who has been flaunting his wealth on social media, from exotic vacations to designer suits and luxury cars. But behind the scenes, it looks like Simon has been keeping some major secrets. It turns out that Simon has been in the U.S. illegally since 1992 after applying for temporary residency through the Special Agricultural Worker Program. But here's the kicker. He used a whole fake identity and wasn't truthful about his criminal past. Because of that, he managed to slip through the cracks and get permanent residency under a name that wasn't even his. Can you believe that? All these years, he was living the American dream, but it was all built on lies. Now, since his temporary residency status wasn't legit to begin with, Simon hasn't been able to become a U.S. citizen. The law says that in order to be naturalized, he needs to have been lawfully admitted as a permanent resident. But since his whole immigration situation was built on fraud, the US government is basically like, nope, not happening. So ICE scooped him up, and now he's sitting in detention, likely facing deportation back to Nigeria. And y'all already know this isn't going to be a quiet exit. And you know Porsha is somewhere celebrating. Honey, she is not stressing over this man. She filed for divorce back in February. And now all this mess is unfolding right before our eyes. Before we dive deeper into all the drama, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single update. Trust me, this tea is only getting hotter. All right, let's get back into it. According to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, Simon is currently being held at Stewart Detention Center in Lumpkin, Georgia. And guess what? Porsha took to Instagram to speak on the situation. She posted a statement saying, "It's disheartening to see my estranged husband make choices that have led to this outcome. At this moment, my priority is moving forward with my family." Whew, talk about being unbothered. Now, y'all already know we had questions. Like, what exactly did Simon do to land himself in ICE custody? Well, the tea started spilling real quick. Reports started circulating online that Simon's detainment is part of a bigger deportation sweep happening under President Donald Trump's immigration policies. Yep, Trump put a mass deportation plan into effect earlier this year, and it looks like Simon got caught up in the mix. So let's rewind a bit and break this all the way down. Simon, who's now 60 years old, first came to the U.S. from Nigeria in 1982. But apparently, he overstayed his visa and was marked deportable back in 1985. Instead of handling his business, he came back in 1986. Again, on a work visa, but guess what? He overstayed that one too. And then, things got even messier. In September 1987, Simon was arrested for bank and credit card fraud. Yep, he pleaded guilty to a felony. Then, in January 1989, he was locked up again for unauthorized use of a vehicle. And that wasn't the end of it. In May 1994, he got caught up in another fraud case. Whew, y'all, they were trying to get him out of the country, but he was out here moving reckless. Then in January 1991, he was convicted again, this time for more credit card fraud. An immigration judge finally had enough and ruled that Simon should be deported. So, on March 4th, 1992, he was officially removed from the U.S. But get this, Simon wasn't done scheming. Back in 1988, he had applied for temporary residency under a fake name through the Special Agricultural Worker Program. He left out all his past arrests and fraud cases, and somehow his application got approved in July 1991. Then in April 1992, just a few weeks after being deported, Simon received a permanent residency card under that fake identity. The schemes to make it back to the country. Y'all, let that sink in. He got kicked out of the country in 1992, but managed to sneak back in under a whole different name. And he's been here ever since, living his best life like nothing ever happened. Fast forward to 2016, Simon tried to apply for US citizenship, but they denied him because his whole immigration status was built on lies. He tried again in 2020, denied. In 2022, he appealed, and guess what? Another denial. They were basically like, "Sir, stop playing with us." And here's the real tea. Just a few days before Porsha filed for divorce, all this information started coming to light. Whew, talk about timing. Now, instead of laying low, Simon went on social media bragging about how he's been living in the US for 42 years. Bro, you might have been, but not legally. Then he had the nerve to file a lawsuit asking US citizenship and immigration services to approve his naturalization. But the government wasn't having it. They clapped back, saying that Simon had no legal grounds to even be here in the first place, let alone become a citizen. In order to be naturalized, Simon had to prove that he was lawfully admitted as a permanent resident. But since his whole application was fraudulent, there's literally no way for him to do that. And let's not forget, he also lied about his criminal record and even his marital status. He was out here finessing the system from every angle. And here's where it gets even crazier. Simon isn't even denying any of this. He admits to everything, but claims that the government is at fault for not catching his lies sooner. Boy, what? He really tried to argue that USCIS was overemphasizing his past fraud and that they should just let it slide. But the government basically told him, "Sir, that's not how this works." Then, on January 11th, 2025, the court officially dismissed Simon's case. That means he's now fully deportable. It's looking like his time in the US is up for real this time. And if you thought Simon was done being messy, think again. A week ago, he hopped on Instagram, posting a cryptic message saying, "I think a man with a college degree and 35 years of professional and business experience can read a prenup and know what it says." He then continued with the caption speaks for itself, and I mean every single word. On second thought, the saying, "Every day for the thief, one day for the owner," means that while a thief may get away with wrongdoing for a long time, eventually they will be caught or face justice. It highlights the idea that dishonesty or crime might seem to go unpunished for a while, but sooner or later, the rightful owner or justice will prevail. It is a reminder that wrongdoing doesn't last forever and consequences are inevitable. He then posted another one saying, "If you're watching Real Housewives of Atlanta and reading blogs this season along with millions of others, please don't ask me to stay silent. Expecting that from me would be disingenuous. I wouldn't even give that advice to my worst enemy. God bless." He then captioned the post, "Do I need to be any clearer than this? I know folks with minimum average IQ get my point." Basically, he was trying to say that no matter how long someone gets away with something, eventually, justice catches up with them. Whew, the irony. So what do y'all think about Simon Guobadia's situation? Do you think he's finally about to get deported for good? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. See you in the suggested video.